Hi guys, I'm Rachel Opus. Feliz Navidad, um, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Today is actually a different holiday. It's one that comes before the previous holidays. Today is Thanksgiving, Thursday, December 12th, 2018. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody out there. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? I hope everyone is doing well. It's Thursday morning, early Thursday morning, Thanksgiving, in 2018. Just a just a wonderful morning. Just enjoying this Thanksgiving. As you know, I mentioned previously in the previous review that this will be my final review. Um, you know, I'll get into a little bit more about why this is my final review. But I want to preface this in that, I am a human being. And human beings, I mean, um, we're all kind of like susceptible to being changeable. But my intent, though, for this review is to be my final review. And the cigar I'll be doing today is befitting of the occasion. Definitely a special occasion cigar. So I mean that should be interesting. Yeah, so I'm hoping you guys are all having, I know it's early in the morning right now, Thanksgiving Day, Thursday in America, but around the world, I hope and I wish happy holidays for everybody. Happy holidays, a safe holidays, and a happy holidays. That's what I sincerely hope for everyone around the world. Yeah, so this is my final review. And I thought that I know I mentioned this earlier in another review that I probably wouldn't smoke this cigar ever. I mean, because they're so rare and and they're just so hard to find, and also because they're so expensive. But it's my final review. I'm gonna whip it out and not that, but I'm gonna take it out and share it with you tonight or this morning anyway. This Thanksgiving Thursday morning. So the cigar for this review is the mythical Fuente Opus X BBMF 2015 edition, 20th anniversary edition. You're wondering what BBMF stands for? It stands for Big Bad Mother Bleeper. You know what I mean? So you figure that one out. But here it is. It's in a coffin. Came in my Opus 22 box, a collection of Opus 22. Um, there you go. Um, Again, it's a slide top box. Um, and this is what the Opus BBMF looks like in the coffin. You can see 20th anniversary there. Released in 2015. So it's about a 3-year-old cigar. 2015, celebrating the 20th anniversary of Opus. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the box. There it is, the BBMF. It's a figurado. If you ever had the Hemingway work of art, it's like a gigantic Hemingway work of art. As you could tell, it's got like a fantail tip and a nipple foot. It's definitely a beautiful figurado, perfecto. Like I said, I mean, like This is quite a cigar. I was thinking about saving this forever, like never smoking this ever. You know what I mean? Unless God came down here and he was like, you want to give me a cigar, I'd be like, Lord, you can have this one, and it's the best I got. So, either that or the Opus number two. Beautiful, beautiful figurado. I want to say the dimensions for this cigar. Oh, hold on a second. Cigarette went out. I want to say the dimensions for this cigar is about 6 inches by, looks to be a 60 ring gauge right at the foot. Very big cigar. This is the mythical beast, the Opus X BBMF, or Big Bad Mother Bleeper. BBMF. Mythical. I mean, most people haven't seen this cigar. You're not gonna find it anywhere except for an Opus 22, unless you go down to Vegas. And you know, they're selling. I heard they're selling these things for like $250 a stick down in Vegas. But that's a Casa Fuente. So, I mean, you might be able to find it if you buy an Opus 22. You'll get it. There's also other Opus collections out there that have BBMFs. This is my only BBMF. My Opus 22 only came with one of them. Very, very, very befitting that this is the cigar that I'll be reviewing for my final episode of this review. Very fitting, very much a special occasion cigar. Just a mythical cigar, to say the least. I know I mentioned earlier my favorite cigar was an Opus number two, but I've never smoked the BBMF. This is the only one that I have. So this might replace the old number two. Both, I know the number two is an iconic cigar to me. So anyway, so this is my final review, and this is the cigar that I chose for this occasion. Is the Fuente Opus X BBMF 20th anniversary 2015 cigar. So going to be pairing it with a couple of beverages. Good old Aquafina, or water. Those who don't speak Spanish. Café. I'm gonna finish this review. Finish my series with my favorite alcoholic beverages. First, a couple of beers. These two beers, kind of like they're the co-number ones for me. The good old American Budweiser. You may as well try it, right? Um, the good old Sol Cerveza. Yep, Sol Mexican Cerveza. Wonderful lager. Budweiser, I believe, is a Pilsner, which is a lager, but anyway. And then probably my most favorite alcohol, whether it be beer or liquor, is the old Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Good old Woodford. Um, just a wonderful wonderful bourbon from Kentucky. We'll be drinking that later on. Yeah, so that's the review. I mean, like, most people haven't even seen this cigar before. The old Opus X BBMF. There it is. It's a figurado. Just a beautiful cigar. Looks to have like a rosado wrapper. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and hit into a break. I'll give you a little bit more of an explanation as to why this is my final review. Um, you know, But like I said, I'm only a human being. I might do something else in terms of releasing videos over the internet. Maybe even another cigar review. But for all my specific intent is that this is my final review. It's been fun, and I'm gonna head into a break. Anyway, Feliz Navidad. Um, Happy Thanksgiving out there in America. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and wherever you are, hope you have a wonderful day and holidays. Gonna head into a break. Bye, escondidos, amigos. Take care. Okay. Feliz Navidad to everyone around the world. Happy Thanksgiving to all the people in America. It's the holiday season, and I'm just happy it's the holidays because I feel a lot happier during the holiday season. It's a troubled world out there, and just the holidays it just lifts our spirit. So I'm just thankful. This is the holiday season and everything. So this is my as I said before, this is my final review, and I couldn't have picked a better cigar. Special occasion cigar for this special occasion. The Fuente Opus X BBMF 2015 20th anniversary edition cigar. As you can tell, it's got a beautiful fantail tip, um, and it's got a nipple foot. Yeah, so let's go ahead and cut the beautiful beast and light it. So here we go. Hopefully this fantail tip makes it through the guillotine. There we go. Let's get enough of this tip to have a good draw. Not that much. Can't believe I'm having this difficulty cutting this figurado. There it is. That's the cut. Um, these nipple. I mentioned this earlier when I was lighting the Avo Salomon. Nipple tips are very easy to light because it you just light the nipple foot. So simple enough, right? So let's light it up. I have a little bit of question about this cigar because I mentioned this earlier that the core line opuses are very consistent, but the special opuses tend to be a little bit inconsistent. So hoping this turns out to be a great cigar for my final review. Tastes good. A lot of pencil lead. Um, Medium full body right now from the first draw. Um, Medium flavor and very little strength right now. But we're only into the like we're just smoking the nipple foot right now, so I'm loving it because it's got a really good strong pencil lead component, which I associate with really good opuses. I mean, my experience with Opus, I mean, like the core line beat the number two, which is my favorite of all time. Depending on this one, but this is only one sample, so but number two, core line number two, Robustos, Churchills, Corona Gordas, Coronas, Petit Coronas, Lanceros, and Petit Lanceros, they all very much consistently excellent. But sometimes when you tread into the water of special opuses, be it the Forbiddens, be it the triple X's, in my experience anyway, and in the King Power, and Well, it's delicious. You got a lot of. Now it's getting kind of like nutty, a nutty character. Pencil lead right now. A little bit of tobacco. Very delicious. Yeah, the core line episodes, like I said, are like really consistent. But once you tread in the water of special opuses, it's I don't know. I just don't find them to be as consistently excellent as the core line opuses. So yeah, that's my experience. So take it for what it is, for what you heard. Your experience might be different. Seems to have went out. Talking too much before I can get the cigar properly happy. But I tend to be garrulous, but you should know that by the time, I mean, for all the reviews you've probably seen. Ooh, full, wow. Now it's full body, full flavor, and full strength right off the bat, man. Wow, that's powerful. Wow, a lot of tobacco, pencil lead. Wow, this is quite delicious. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said before, Opus number two is my favorite cigar, but Opus number two doesn't have the same kind of power level as this does. This is a really powerful right now, and Opus number two is pretty powerful. So I'm gonna pencil lead strength, um, charcoal, very serious right now. Very serious Opus flavors right now. Just wonderful. Thinking about like correcting this burn a little bit. Sometimes you don't get the best burn line on a figurado at first, so sometimes you need to correct it. Um, no big deal. It's hard to get on figurados. It's hard to get like the best burn line right away. Um, anyway, so I'm gonna kind of give an explanation as to why this is gonna be my final review. Is that you know in my series of cigar reviews over the internet, and there has to be like at least 25, 30 reviews, um, individual cigars for reviews. I basically smoked everything that I love or have interest in. Um, I'm not interested. I mean, I smoke cigars that I love, and that I know I'll love, and I have no interest in smoking cigars that don't fit that description. I don't have interest in smoking like little known cigars that have no history, you know what I mean, or no reputation or whatever. I have no interest in like cigars that I've never heard of and have no interest in smoking. I like the finer things in life. I love quality. I love all those things, especially in cigars. And if you look over my library of cigars in this series of cigar reviews, you know, I hope you'll find that all those cigars are quality. And from Romeo y Julieta to Padron to Aging Room to PDR to Fuente, Davidoff, H. Upman. I know I reviewed the H. Upman cigar, didn't really review that well, but I mean, my memory of H. Upmanns is that they're very excellent. All the cigars that are reviewed, my memories of those cigars are excellent. So, you know, but I just don't have any interest in like smoking cigars that I've never heard of, like the King is Dead or whatever, or Tea or whatever. I don't have I have no interest in some of these cigars that don't have like the history or the reputation of being excellent. I just don't have any interest. Like Davidoff, I mean, who hasn't heard of Davidoff? And that's why I reviewed it, and that's why I have it in my collection. Davidoff is a great, great company, my favorite company, even over Fuente. La Flor Dominicana, Hoy de Monterey. Um, I mean, and that's basically why this is my final review. Going out with a bang, smoking the Fuente Opus X BBMF. Um, just a wonderful cigar. No, I hope you don't find that trivial. As for the reason why this is my final review, it's just that if you just look over the library of my cigars for this review series, those are my favorite cigars. Every single one of them, and they're all quality. They all have history. Some have longer histories than others, but they're all solid, solid picks. And the way I look at it right now, I don't see anything on the horizon, that I have interest in. Um, you know, I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to talk bad about any companies that weren't that I omitted or I didn't review. It's just that I've smoked a lot of cigars, and the cigars in this review series are the cigars that I want to smoke, and that's basically it. So that's the reason. I hope it's not a letdown, but there it is. Smoking the great Fuente Opus X BBMF. Wow, it's some wonderful tobacco right now with charcoal. Um, just wonderful Opus X flavors of cedar, leather, spice, tobacco, earth. The tobacco is very good right now, very nuanced, very spicy. Just classic, powerful. I mean, the Opus flavors that are coming off this BBMF is just more powerful than I remember ever smoking with a Opus. It's very powerful. Just powerful, powerful Opus flavors. Which I mean, like I said before, Opus number two is my favorite cigar of all time. But dude, man, if I had a whole bunch of these, I might change my opinion there. Because this is flat out amazing. This is an otherworldly experience right now. I want to say the draw is just perfect. Just very full, thick, powerful smoke, tobacco smoke coming off the draw. The burn is good. I have no problem with the burn. I did correct it a little bit, but I mean, because you have to sometimes with these figurados. And I want to say the flavor is full, the power is full, and the body is full right now. It's amazing, amazing cigar. I'm getting classic Opus flavors of leather, cedar, tobacco, spice. There's charcoal in this too, um, and earth. Just a man. This is great. Yeah, it's spicy. Spice, black pepper. Um, wow, that is spicy. Whew, I'm telling you, man. I wish I had like 20 of these, man. I did see on the website Tampa Sweethearts, which I've been like talking about for a while. They have, I think they have like this one Opus collection. I forgot what it's called, but I think it had like 50 BBMFs and like 50 like Taurus the Bulls. I mean, you can check it out on Tampa Sweethearts under the Opus 22 tab. But I'm like, dude, man, and I think it was like $3,000. But I was, if I had the money, man, that would be my first purchase. Especially after smoking this cigar. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, there it is. That's the reason why that I'm finishing this review is that I've smoked basically all my favorite cigars, and all the cigars that interest me. Um, and I really don't see anything out there that has any history that I haven't smoked already, or any reputation that interests me. So gotta go out with a bang with the Opus X BBMF. So there it is. But in this Thanksgiving season, I'm thankful on this Thanksgiving day, thankful for smoking this wonderful Opus X BBMF. Wearing my American Eagle shirt. I'm not promoting American Eagle brand clothing. I'm just very proud of what it stands for. I mean, American Eagle is a great company, but they knew what they named when they named their company American Eagle, what it could also represent. Um, no, I mean I'm proud of America because I am American. I'm Filipino American, but I was born here to Filipino parents. Um, I'm not saying this, in my opinion, America is the greatest country in the world, but I mean, I don't want to insult anybody else out there in the world. I'm sure that you believe the same thing for your own country. It's called national pride, and I'm just, I'm thankful. I mean, to live in this country, and I hope you guys out there in the world are thankful to live in your country. Um, I believe in peace, um, and I believe in cooperation. Um, so that's what I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving. All right. I'm gonna give you one last tasting. We're into the first third of the BBMF. I'm gonna give you one last tasting of the BBMF before I head into the first break. Excuse my burp. Just amazing. I'm getting a lot of spice, some black pepper, rich tobacco, very thick, full smoke coming off the draw. Body is full, strength is full, and the flavor is full. So just a powerhouse of a cigar. I mean, if there's a powerhouse cigar, this is it. This has got it all. in terms of body power and flavor. Just amazing. Classic Opus flavors: leather, cedar, spice. Tobacco. Really rich tobacco right now. Charcoal, pepper. Um, Everything I love in Opus. This has got in spades. Just just tobacco, spice, charcoal, and a rich, thick, heavy body. All right, I'm gonna head into a break. You know, um, I hope you all take care out there. I think during the next, I'm gonna smoke the Opus down into the second third. I'm enjoying this thoroughly. And we'll just go ahead and head into the break. I think during the next portion of this review, we'll talk about some of our favorite episodes in this series. People certainly, but just by seeing how the views, people certainly have their favorites, and we'll talk about that and what some of my favorite episodes are. And There we are. And I hope everyone out there is great. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Um, Feliz Navidad to all the people in the world. Happy Thanksgiving in America. Vaya escondidos, amigos. Ciao. Okay. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome back into the second portion of the cigar review, the Fuente Opus X BBMF 2015, 3-year-old Opus. Um, I want to mention also that as like all Opuses, the BBMF is a Dominican Puro, meaning that all the cigar components of this Opus BBMF is Dominican tobacco, be it the wrapper, the binder, and the filler. They all come from Chateau de la Fuente in the Dominican Republic. It's the everything is aged a lot, very very much. For the opuses, it's probably especially for this BBMF. Just a wonderful smoke right now. It's just existential. The perfect smoke. I mean, this is the perfect smoke. The body is just ridiculously full of rich, voluminous smoke, thick smoke, um, a lot of spice, leather, cedar, at times rich tobacco, at other times really nutty tobacco, which is not my experience really with opuses. Opuses, even aged opus, they're not as nutty as this cigar. This cigar sometimes kind of like not fluctuates, but it kind of like takes turns from nutty tobacco to like a rich tobacco, kind of similar to like a PDR or an aging room kind of tobacco, or even a Oliva Serie V. Just a wonderful. I mean, I've never had an opus with this kind of body. The body is just so thick. So just just wonderful. It's just a perfect smoke right now. Just I want to say that spice is just. I mean, every draw there's just a really good amount of spice. Great amount of spice. Very spicy cigar this is. Just a great draw. Very spicy. Rich Tobacco. Yeah, so here we are into the probably the middle portion of this Opus BBMF. Um, just a wonderful smoke so far. So let's go ahead and talk about like you know, the episodes that you guys seem to enjoy the most. And I think the one that leads all views, even though it's the first and oldest review, is the Opus Corona, which was my first review. People seem to like the Opus Corona review. It was my first. I think it's probably my best review, even though it was my first. I was a little nervous, honestly. I mean, who wouldn't be? I mean, it was my first review over the internet, but I tried my best, and I think people liked it. Then the Triple X, people seem to like that one, the Opus X Triple X. Probably one of my most favorite is the Hoy de Monterey review, the Grassy review. That was kind of funny. I mean, that's an iconic review for me, the Hoy de Monterey review. Just so funny, I thought. Consider it. I mean, it had a reference to marijuana laws and what I thought the perfect political summit might be. Um, with marijuana being smoked by all the world's head of the world leaders, heads of the countries of the world. With gigantic buffet of food and stuff like that. Because everyone gets the munchies anyway when they smoke that stuff. And besides, it's legal in D.C. anyway, so it wouldn't be against the law for those people to do that. I thought that was the perfect political summit, but people seem to enjoy the Romeo and Julieta review. Also, there's some other reviews out there. I mean, my personal favorite probably was my birthday slash WTF edition of cigar reviews. One of my personal favorites is the Padron review. I did a DIY, summertime drink uh, episode with the Padron cigar. One of my personal favorites. Like the Ashton VSG one. There's a lot of them out there. So I hope you guys enjoy and continuing to enjoy the reviews that I put out there. You know, Drinking the old Soul Mexican Cerveza. Um, I love this beer along with the Budweiser, my two favorite beers. I drank this for my first review of the Opus Corona, 2014, I believe it was 2014. Um, yeah, so I mean, it's a circular thing. What comes around goes around. My first review and my last review featured Soul. So, like I said, this is my code number one with Budweiser. So easy drinking, very delicious, um, just wonderful lager, just wonderful. Spice, charcoal, power, rich tobacco. I couldn't ask for anything more from this cigar. Um, my expectations are very high, and it's meeting it. This cigar has met my expectations, and my expectations were sky high. And like I said before, like sometimes the special opuses can be inconsistent in terms of excellence, but the core line opuses generally are just consistently excellent. And this cigar is this cigar is perfectly excellent. The Opus BBMF. Wow, some serious pencil out there and tobacco. Wow. Yeah. So, what's your favorite episodes in this series? I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed them. I enjoyed making them for you. I mean, some of those reviews where I have like music in the background excuse my burp. I enjoyed making those too. Music kind of like makes the mood better and kind of gives a different kind of atmosphere to our review or whatever. So I enjoyed making those music reviews. I hope you enjoyed the music. Those were my last few reviews before this final review. I've enjoyed making these reviews. Sharing my experience with the tobacco and the beverages that I paired with the tobacco. Also, another personal favorite review was the special occasion Lost City Forbidden Next review. That was one of my favorite reviews. I really enjoyed making that review, showing the various special occasion cigars. I hope you guys enjoyed, seeing some of those rare smokes. On special occasions. Today's a special occasion. Like it's Thanksgiving. I'm smoking a special occasion cigar um, this morning on Thanksgiving. The Fuente Fuente Opus X BBMF 2015 edition, 20th anniversary edition. Super, super rare smoke. You could find it on Tampa Sweethearts, or you can go to Las Vegas to Casa Fuente. I know I've seen on the internet that some of these B&Ms who are like the owner is like special friends with like Carlito, they get in special opuses. So if you're lucky enough to patronize like some of those B&Ms that have like owners that are special friends with Carlito, maybe you could procure some of these rare opuses. So, but for the rest of the population out there, I suggest that you check out Tampa Sweethearts. I don't think they sell like BBMF singles, but you can procure like I forgot the name of these collections, but it's on there. Just go to Tampa Sweethearts and go to the Opus 22 tab, or whatever, and you should be able to find like whatever you need. So here we are into the middle portion of this Opus X BBMF 20th anniversary edition. Um, I've said this before with other cigars, but it doesn't get better than this. It's very refined for being such a full-bodied cigar. It's like perfect, powerful control. Just amazing. Very spicy. Rich tobacco flavor. Wow, that's really good tobacco. Almost like a bread toast. Um, wow, that was a really good draw. But like I was saying, I mentioned in my last review, um, on the what was that? The I think it was the Avo. Um, was it the Avo? Um, I think it was the Avo Perfecto. Um, Arturo Fuente is no longer my number one company. Davidoff is. Davidoff just exhibits more consistency to me. Um, and so Fuente is no longer my number one. I think I said that I've explained that in the final episode. So let's just touch on that. There are times when Fuente, some of their products, like whether it's the Chateau series, because I bought 10 Chateaus and they're not smoking as well as I would like them to be. And then there was also some um, some special opuses that kind of let me down. I mean, in general, Fuente is an excellent cigar company, but I just I'm just kind of like it's a living thing, and right now Davidoff is definitely my number one, and probably La Flor de Vindicados are my number two. Do love aging room and PDR, so but this cigar is awesome. This cigar is awesome. Haven't had to touch it. I touched it up in the early part of the review, but just the epitome of a very special occasion cigar. The Fuente Opus X BBMF 20th Anniversary Edition, 2015. Just the epitome of a special occasion cigar. Just so rare, so expensive. It doesn't get better than this. I'm telling you. This I've had a few Cubans. This is better than anything that I've ever had in my life. Really is. It's got the power, the body, but yet refined. I don't know. This is and the flavor. So and the spice. Just sweet tobacco, spice, charcoal, pepper. Um, I just wish special opuses were as good as this. But I mean, I find that a lot of special opuses are just not as consistent as the core line opuses. So, all right. I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer. I'm gonna smoke this opus into the final third, basically past the midway point. Smoke the old opus past the into the last third, drawing close to the end of this review, my final review. Um, it's been fun. I wish you all the best. It's always been my refrain. I wish you all the best. She's my burp. And, just, I hope, like I've said before my last review, I hope we all find peace. And when we find it, I hope we have lasting peace. And that's my heartfelt sentiment. Anyway, gonna hit a break. Bye, escondidas, amigos. Ciao. Catch you on the flip side. Okay, welcome back to the final portion of the final episode. Into the final third of the Fuente Opus X BBMF 20th Anniversary 2015 edition cigar. I want to say this cigar, I can characterize it as powerful refinement. Just powerful body, full body, powerful flavor, powerful strength, yet refined. I don't know how it does that. It's just everything is full, but it's refined. I don't know how it does that. Just a wonderful, wonderful smoke. Because of these characteristics, I mean, I've smoked some great cigars. Just to think about like the Hoy de Monterey, the you know, the Avo XO, the Avo Domain, um, just to name a few. PDR, Aging Room, Padron. But the characteristics of power and refinement in the cigar, and the flavor is just full. Beautiful, strong, delicious flavor. Um, I mean, I said before, Opus number 2 is my favorite cigar of all time, but this is the best cigar I've ever smoked in my life. The Opus X BBMF. It's a wonderful, wonderful. I mean, I can't praise this cigar high enough. It's powerful refinement and full flavor. Just amazing. Complex, full flavor. Very spicy too. The perfect denouement to my final review. Just a special occasion cigar for Thanksgiving. Also, just wonderful. Some flavors that I was getting over the break. Caramel came in, along with a lot of spice, always spicy. Um, and then nutty tobacco, took turns with rich tobacco flavor. Um, Spice, obviously, and charcoal, leather, cedar. Kind of like classic Opus flavors, with the addition of nuttiness. Just wonderful. And caramel. Caramel came in strong. Gonna go ahead and pair this with my favorite um, alcohol, that being the good old Woodford Reserve, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Um, my favorite whiskey, whether it be American whiskey, Scotch, Canadian whiskey, or Japanese whiskey. Mm. This whiskey, the Woodford Reserve, can be characterized also by powerful refinement. Just a full flavored whiskey with refinement. Um, I think I mentioned this before. My favorite bourbon used to be Maker's Mark, and I went to a bar, and this person I had just met, I was talking to, and I had mentioned that Maker's Mark, waxing poetic about Maker's Mark, and it is great. Maker's Mark 46, great bourbon. But I was waxing poetic about Maker's Mark, and he was like, "Have you tried Woodford Reserve?" I'm like, "I've never heard of it," and I ordered it, and he was right. I mean, it was just like Maker's Mark, but more refined. And that's what I like about this Woodford Reserve, is that it's like a beautiful flavor but refined. So, mm, just delicious. Suits me just right. It's got a lot of delicious caramel flavor, kind of sweet, um, kind of refined. I love it. Fitting that I'll be drinking my favorite alcohol, Woodford Reserve, for this final review. So, anyway, happy Thanksgiving out there. Merry Christmas to the world. Happy holidays. Good health and happiness and peace. I wish for you all. Cheers. Just delicious. Got my Christmas glass. Thought I'd throw that in there. Holiday spirit. It's nothing wrong with that. Just nutty. I'm not used to that nutty flavor coming off Opus. I guess this is very well aged tobacco. That's what I noticed. Like aged tobacco tends to be nuttier, to be more nuttier. So the nutty component of this opus I'm not used to, but I'm not complaining because it's very very delicious. I bet you are wishing that you were smoking this right now. Buy your own if you can find it. Yeah, nutty sweetness, just delicious. Yeah, so we're talking about reviews. I told you about some of my favorites. I hope you have your favorites. I hope you found some of those that you really enjoyed. I hope I entertained you with the cigars and the pairings of cigars with beverages. One of my favorites also was the Whiskeys of the World review edition. Um, I enjoyed shooting that review, especially because I caught a buzz. But no, the whiskeys were delicious. I hope you found that informative if you watched it. If you haven't, I suggest you watch it. It's very informative and kind of like entertaining. So I enjoyed shooting that review. One of my favorite reviews too. So don't want to keep you don't want to keep you very much longer. Um, Time to put um, a period on this final review. Smoking a great Fuente Opus X BBMF 20th anniversary 2015 cigar, along with some beautiful Woodford. Just beautiful, nutty, sweet tobacco. Like I said before, I'm not used to getting nuttiness out of an Opus. Opuses generally, like the classic Opuses, have like a usually have like a more focused kind of like strong tobacco flavor with focused leather and cedar and spice. This does have a lot of spice. Just a great draw, um, full of like rich, thick tobacco smoke. Great draw from the beginning. Great flavor, great strength, um, great body. Um, yeah, so there it is. I've enjoyed this run. Um, I hope you have enjoyed my reviews paired with beverages, drinking the old Woodford caramelly sweetness and refinement. Just delicious. Anyway, like I said before, just delicious. Just like my experience shooting these reviews for you all and sharing my cigar experiences and beverages with you. Gonna put a period on this series of cigar reviews. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving, Feliz Navidad to everyone in the world. It's been fun. Um, I'm glad to share all these things with you, and I hope you all take care. Um, Um, One last cheers to you all. Happy holidays. May you have all the best in this world. Um, I hope you find happiness and peace and good fortune. Happy holidays. Cheers. Spicy, tobacco, charcoal, leather, cedar, spice. The best cigar I've ever smoked for this final review of mine. Please take care out there. I've enjoyed sharing my experiences with you. Please take care. I'm going to end this review, my final review, the way I usually end my reviews. I wish you all good health, good wealth, good fortune, the best of friends, and most importantly, family. I hope we all can be family in this world with peace and cooperation. And I wish you all the best. Finally, you all take care out there. It's been a pleasure. Good night or good morning. Take care.